Yeah.
The front line is established. The waiting is over.
The clash begins.
Get down the gate, walking straight into the fire.
Taking out the targets, climbing up the ladder higher.
Loading up the heavy plates, getting to the work.
Looking in the shadows where the opposition lurk.
We don't need a map, we are marching to the drum.
Showing every doubter exactly where we from.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty coming for the king.
No surrender here. Strike, hit the target with the force.
Break, take the enemy off course.
Push, drive the boundary to the edge. Hold,
Keep the promise on the pledge.
the resistance is failing, 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 failing.
Keep the pressure heavy. Pressure heavy.
Sweating in the trenches, but we never gonna fall.
Standing like a titan right against the heavy wall.
Every single repetition is a heavy strike, putting up the numbers that the enemy don't like.
Feel the muscle tearing, pushing past the heavy pain.
Turning every sacrifice directly into gain. Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty coming for the king.
No surrender here. Strike, strike, hit the target with the force.
Break, take the enemy off course.
Push, drive the boundary to the edge. Hold,
Keep the promise on the pledge.
the territory is ours.
We load the chamber.
Is ours.
We load the chamber.
The breach was successful. The enemy is scattered, but the war is not over. Part 2, the advance. We stepping over the rubble, claiming the entire block.
We keep the weapon reloaded, keeping it heavy lock.
The opposition is quiet, hiding behind the wall.
We waiting for him to slip, we waiting for him to fall.
The heavy iron is moving, pushing the limit up.
We drinking the victory directly out of the heavy cup.
The second wave is approaching, ready to take the field.
We never dropping the banner, we never gonna yield.
No mercy shown. Charge, run them entirely off the map.
Trap, catching directly inside the gap.
Lift, carry the weight of the entire crew.
Smash, break everything that they ever knew. They are retreating, press the advantage. They are retreating.
Press the advantage.
We turning up the intensity, turning up the heavy heat. We dominating the trenches and taking the entire
They
street.
thought the stamina faded, thought we was out of breath.
We riding the heavy rhythm directly unto the death.
The muscle memory clicking perfectly in the groove.
Dictating the heavy tempo on every single move. The second wave is approaching, ready to take the field.
We never dropping the banner, we never gonna yield.
No mercy shown. Charge, run them entirely off the map.
Trap, catch them directly inside the gap.
Lift, carry the weight of the entire crew.
Smash, break everything that they ever knew. They are retreating, press the advantage.
The stronghold is captured. The line is advancing.
front line is broken.
The front line is broken.
The advance is complete.
The advance is complete.
Now we surround the throne.
Part 3, the siege.
Go! Yeah!
Keep the heavy line. The heavy line. Keep the heavy line.
Yeah. Yeah. We completely surrounded the absolute edge of the wall.
We waiting to listen and hear the commander's call.
The heavy artillery aiming directly ahead.
We waking the undeniable power out of the
The
dead.
opposition is totally locked entirely inside.
Got absolutely nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
We holding the perimeter, holding the heavy line.
We waiting for destiny, waiting to see the sign.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty coming for the king.
No surrender here. Hold. Keep the heavy line in the mud.
Crack, break the wall and spill the blood.
Breach. Kick the heavy iron door down. Storm.
Take the heavy absolute crown. The walls are crumbling.
Keep the pressure heavy. The concrete is totally shattering under the boot.
We entirely ready to totally, completely shoot.
But they heavily panicking, entirely losing the grip.
We watching the entire completely heavy foundation slip.
The heavy adrenaline pumping directly to the brain. We bringing the thunder and totally bringing the rain. We stepping inside of the completely heavily fortified
We
room.
bringing the absolute heavily, totally ultimate doom.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty coming for the king.
No surrender here. Boom. Keep the heavy line in the mud. Crack.
Break the wall and spill the blood.
Breach. Kick the heavy iron door down. Storm.
Take the heavy absolute crown.
We taking the totally heavy and absolute dark
We
domain.
breaking the entirely, totally, heavily massive
The
chain.
entirely heavily massive, totally underground empire is built.
We pouring the completely heavily massive.
The totally absolute guilt. The siege is critical. Finish long. Keep the heavy line in the mud.
Crack, break the wall and spill the blood.
Breach. Kick the heavy iron door down. Storm.
Take the heavy absolute crown.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Absolute crown.
The fortress has fallen. The siege is over. The throne is ours.
The throne is officially secured. The old empire is completely erased. The new foundation is set in stone. Part 4, the reign. We sitting directly on top of the heavy and cold iron seat.
We watching the entirely, totally, heavily massive defeat.
The absolute banner is flying directly up into the sky.
We watching the entirely, heavily massive old enemy
We
die.
building the totally, completely heavy and massive new wall.
We making sure totally, absolutely nobody ever will fall.
The heavy artillery entirely guarding the absolute gate.
We totally, completely, absolutely master the heavy dark fate.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the absolute king.
The empire stands. Dictate the entirely heavy new law.
Strike with the entirely heavy cold claw.
Command. Tell him to absolutely, totally bow.
We holding the absolutely heavy crown
territory is completely ours. Establish the new heavy order.
The concrete is completely, entirely, heavily marked with the
We
name.
permanently, entirely, totally changing the heavy dark game.
The entirely, totally, completely heavy and underground squad.
We walk in the entirely, completely, heavily dangerous quad.
The heavy adrenaline settling directly inside of the
We
vein.
bringing the order and totally, entirely breaking the chain.
We stepping inside of the completely, heavily fortified hall.
We standing up absolutely, completely, entirely, totally tall. Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the absolute king.
The empire stands. Rule. Dictate the entirely heavy new law.
Strike with the entirely heavy cold claw.
Command. Tell them to absolutely, totally bow.
Reign. We holding the absolutely heavy crown now.
We taking the totally heavy and absolute dark
We
domain.
breaking the entirely, totally, heavily massive chain.
The entirely heavily massive, totally underground empire is built.
We pouring the completely, heavily massive, totally, absolute guilt.
The reign is absolute.
We are immortal.
Rule. Dictate the entirely heavy new law.
Strike with the entirely heavy cold claw.
Command. Tell them to absolutely, totally bow. Reign.
We holding the absolutely heavy crown now. Crown now. Crown now. Crown now. The battlefield is completely silent. The heavy war is finally over. The new reign has officially begun.
The crown is permanently bolted to the stone.
The new era is officially heavily established.
The absolute legacy is entirely written in blood. We march into eternity. Eternity, 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 eternity. We expanding the border directly across the dark
We
sea.
making the entirely heavy and absolute decree.
The heavy artillery entirely rolling in the
We
mud.
pumping the completely heavy and absolute dark
The
blood.
total dominion is totally, completely, heavily absolute.
We harvesting absolutely, totally, completely massive
We
fruit.
setting the completely heavy, entirely dark, totally new pace.
We running the totally, completely, absolute, massive, heavy rain.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the absolute king.
The legacy grows. March, push the perimeter entirely, totally out. Strike,
Erase the completely, entirely, heavy dark doubt.
crush, flatten the mountains and totally level the plain. Build,
Expand the completely, totally, absolute dark reign.
the territory is expanding.
No borders can hold us.
The entire globe is totally, entirely, completely taking the knee.
We locking the heavy dungeon and entirely taking the key.
The entirely, totally, completely heavy and underground squad.
We walking the entirely, completely, heavily dangerous squad.
The monuments entirely, completely rising up into the
We
sky.
watching the absolutely, totally, massive, heavy eagles fly.
We stepping inside of the completely, heavily fortified hall.
We standing up absolutely, completely, entirely, totally tall.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the absolute king.
The legacy grows. March, push the perimeter entirely, totally out. Strike,
Erase the completely, entirely, heavy dark doubt.
crush, flatten the mountains
The legacy is eternal.
The earthly domain is entirely conquered. The heavy gaze turns directly to the stars. The gravity cannot hold the heavy weight. We ascend
To the absolute heavens.
We're leaving the entirely, completely heavy and broken ground.
We're moving entirely, completely, totally without a sound.
The heavy atmosphere totally, completely burning away.
We're stepping entirely into the heavy and cosmic day.
Entirely, totally, completely massive, heavy solar flare.
We breathe in the absolutely, totally, completely cosmic
We're taking the heavy, entirely, completely, absolute dark flight.
We stepping directly into the heavy and absolute light.
Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the cosmic king.
The heavens shine! Ascend! Leave the entirely heavy, completely dark earth.
Ignite, show the galaxy exactly our totally absolute worth.
Conquer! Take the entirely heavy and absolute dark star. Reach!
Push the completely heavy absolute limit entirely far.
The stratosphere is breached. The universe is waiting.
The entire galaxy totally, entirely, completely taking a knee.
We lock in the heavy nebula and entirely taking the
The
key.
entirely, totally, completely heavy and universal squad.
We walk in the entirely, completely, heavily dangerous
With
quad.
heavy planets entirely, completely lining directly up.
We drinking the absolute cosmos entirely out of the cup.
We stepping inside of the completely heavily stellar heart.
We standing up absolutely, completely, entirely, totally tall. Grip the heavy iron, let the weapon fully swing.
We the underground royalty, now we the cosmic king.
The heavens shine! Ascend! Leave the entirely heavy, completely dark earth.
Ignite, show the galaxy exactly our totally absolute worth.
Conquer! Take the entirely heavy and absolute dark star. Reach!
Push the completely heavy absolute limit entirely far.
Taking the totally heavy, absolute cosmic domain.
We breaking the entirely, totally, heavily massive chain.
The entirely heavily massive, totally universal empire is built.
We pouring the completely heavily massive, totally absolute guilt.
The ascension is infinite. We are stellar, ascend. Leave the entirely heavy, completely dark earth.
Ignite, show the galaxy exactly our totally absolute worth.
Conquer, take the entirely heavy and absolute dark star. Reach.
Push the completely heavy absolute limit entirely far. The stars belong to us. The ascension is forever. The cosmos